Many people think that thoughts are not that important. No one knows what we are thinking. What we should understand is that thoughts are very important. Good thoughts and right thoughts will always bring us to good words and right words. Good words and right words will always bring good actions and right actions. And so, unless our thoughts are good, we are not going to be able to be helping or caring about someone. And so, as we start to get into leadership roles, which all of you are training to be, because you'll have many people who will be reporting to you, many people who will be taking your guidance, many people you'll be responsible for. What I feel needs to be understood is that with authority comes tremendous responsibility. If one doesn't feel responsible for the people that you're with, then you are never going to be able to give them direction. The true direction is within ourselves. Deep within ourselves is a moral compass, a compass which can direct us to the right arena. And so, sitting in silence, going within ourselves, being able to connect with the divinity within, is what helps us to be focused on the reality, to be focused on truth. And as we focus on the truth, we'll see a transformation happen from within. The transformation doesn't happen because of we reading something. The transformation doesn't happen because we being able to listen to a lecture, but by being able to experience the divine within ourselves, an automatic transformation happens. And that transformation is what leadership is all about. Leadership needs to be moral. Leadership needs to be such in which our lives are going to be better. As you get into your jobs, all of your aspects of your work are going to affect the lives of someone else. Not only will they affect your life, they'll affect the lives of others. And to be able to share, to be able to care about people is one of the traits that is of a great leader. If you look at the life of leaders, their life is all full of sacrifices of their own self for someone else. Now, how can one sacrifice for someone that you don't know? Generally, as parents, you sacrifice for your children. You go out of your way to do everything that's good. As brothers and sisters, you help each other. As husbands and wives, you help each other. As friends, you help each other. But how does one help or sacrifice oneself for others that we don't know? What is very important then is to find some connection with others. The great saints have always talked about each and every one of us being a soul, being conscious, being a part of God. Sant Singh Ji Maharaj, who was a great poet of this century, has said very beautifully, what does it matter if I'm called a man? In the true sense, I'm the very soul of love. This whole earth is my home and the universe my country. And the realization that we're all connected, the realization that we're a part of God, the realization that we're all a part of one big family, only sets in when we experience for ourselves that reality. And as we go within ourselves, we then are able to connect with what is called the light and sound of God. And as we dig deep into ourselves, and when we do self-analysis, and when we sit by ourselves and we start to look at where we are going, and by means of sitting in silence, we are able to connect with this source of all bliss, all joy, all happiness, and the leadership qualities that need to be inculcated with us, we find deep within ourselves. Within ourselves is the reservoir of divinity. It is very unfortunate that many people go through life without even opening the door. When we have all the resources within us, when we have all the treasures within us, we're all looking into the world outside to find peace and joy and happiness. And our life is like that of a musk deer. A musk deer smells the sweet smell of musk. and it doesn't know where it's coming from. So it runs in this direction, runs in this direction, runs in that direction. Little does it realize it all comes from within. So I feel to be able to be a good leader, one needs to be focused. Focused within ourselves, focused on the truth, focused on the purpose of life, be courageous enough to take chances, try things which are out of the ordinary. Someone has said that it takes to think the unthinkable to do the impossible. Generally, if we are always thinking in the terms of whatever we see, and we never get another perspective, we always are limited to whatever the results would be. You're all in your youth, you're all at the beginning of your lives, you're all at that mode of your life when you should be able to explore things, you should be able to explore new ideas. So we all can make a difference. You're all at that stage of your life when you have the strength, you have everything going for you to be able to make life better, not only for yourself but for others. And to be able to find the courage within yourselves to explore is very, very important. And for you to be great leaders, you have to try new techniques. If you keep on doing what is ordinary, if you live your lifestyle like that, I'm sure you'll do well. But for you to have better existences and make existences better for everyone else, you need to keep on learning. If you get to a stage in your life when you think you've learned it all, then that's a downfall. Because life is bringing learning to us every day, every moment of the time. You can learn from a child, you can learn from an adult, you can learn from one part of society, you can learn from another part of society, you can learn while you're a small child, you can learn when you're very old. And so the learning process should be going on. And learning comes through the process of focusing. Whichever area we focus our attention in, that's the area we'll gain in. And so for us to be able to learn about human values, for us to be able to learn about humanity, for us to be able to learn about relationships between people, it is very important that we first find out our relationship with the divine. If we don't feel connected and if we find ourselves in turmoil at all times, then we can't bring any peace to anyone else. And if I'm not peaceful and if I'm in pain and if I'm in trouble myself, how can I bring any happiness to someone else? But if I feel that I'm peaceful, if you feel that you're peaceful, then peace is going to radiate from you. Everyone that you meet is going to be able to take a part of it. And being a true leader is to be able to have patience and perseverance. There will be many times where we will be faced with problems which will be very, very difficult. There will be many times where the actions of others will make you very angry. But a great leader is one who has the patience. You can only have patience if you have stability within yourself. If you're not stable yourself, you won't find that. And so to keep patience is a great trait that you will need as you lead others. And that only comes through stability within. We all have a stable source within ourselves. We all have a part of God within ourselves. God is not residing up in the sky. God is not far away. And we should not think that we are too small to recognize God. Being in the human frame or being a human being gives us a birthright to know God. And we're very lucky to get the human existence because in the human existence, God has provided us with the faculty, in the East it's called vivek, which means to be able to discriminate between right and wrong. And so we have all that it takes to take the right path, to know what is right, so that we can take the right path. God has given us all that is needed to go in the right direction. Now, it is for us to use that capability, and that characteristic should be coming out loud and clear, to do the right thing, because that has been given to each and every one of us. Many of us never use it. Many of us never use the resources that we have. But those who use the resources are the ones who can benefit. Those are the ones who can really gain in life. Those are the ones who can bring joy into the life of others. And so to know ourselves is like a first aspect which I feel is very, very important, because once we go within ourselves, we get a good ethical base. We learn to be compassionate, we have perfect composure, we have high integrity. We'll find that our life will start to have a meaning for others. Such kind of leadership is one which will transcend organizational leadership. It's a leadership which makes your life better. It's a leadership which leads the lives of others in the right direction. It's a leadership which makes the environment in which you are better and better and better.